car from the 60s.
That sounds great too.
You feel like John Dillinger driving this thing, or Babyface Nelson, or one of those guys.
Definitely a bank robber's car. Banker or bank robber's car.
Yeah. You could drive this car every day.
Oh, it's so easy. It's so incredibly easy. I think this car is the perfect mixture of like a little bit of hot rod, but with luxury and elegance.
Welcome to that episode of Jay Leno's Garage, once again being visited by Automotive royalty from the fabulous Nethercutt collection. This is an unbelievable car. This is a 1930 Packard 734 Speedster Victoria Coupe. This car is fascinating to me because Packard was always building great cars. Now they're getting into a little bit of performance. You know, they were never hot rods, but this would be their Mustang, for lack of a better word to use. This is a sportier version. They made the 745, which was a two-seater that had the staggered seats. That was kind of the young cad's car. That was kind of the cool car. This has all those features, but it is a two-door coupe. It's just the sexiest car, I think. It's just a great-looking car. Four-wheel brakes. I know this doesn't seem like a big deal, but it was by the time the 30s came along. Most cars had adapted four-wheel brakes. Four-speed transmission, most with three. This was a performance car, and boy, just a good-looking car. I mean, this is a factory-bodied car. They did a lot of custom bodies, but this is a factory-bodied car, and it just sits right. You know, when you look at the proportions of a Packard, you know, I noticed like from here to here to here, it's kind of proportionally the same as from here to here to here. If you want to see something that doesn't work, you look at replica cars, you go, there's something off about that. You can't tell what it is. But when you look at this is done exactly right. There's a lot of work goes into making this look like it's sitting flat, but it's not. There's a little bit of a curve. It's just brilliant. It's just brilliant. You got your louvers here to get the heat out of the engine. This has a 385 cubic inch motor, straight 8. And we're going to take it out and drive it a little bit. But first, let's meet the man who is a curator for Nethercutt. Cameron Richards. Come on in, Cameron. How you doing, my friend?
I'm great, Jay. Thank you.
Now, recently a married man, so he's got that big smile on his face.
Yeah, that's right. I've been busy lately.
There you go. Well, good for you. Well, she's beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you. I told you she was real.
Yeah. Well, she moved down, but you moved up. Yeah. I was going to say, that's good for you. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the wedding video that played on the special day. You did say, you know, I married up, but you couldn't say the same for her, so.
That's right. Well, there you go. I don't mean to repeat myself. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Very happy for you. Very happy. But let's get back to this thing.
Yes.
Now, this is, they didn't build a whole lot of these.
No, this is our 12th time doing your show together, and it's been an extreme honor, but I noticed I've never brought you a Packard before, and Packards are my favorite.
Right.
So we have a very, very special one here today. This is a 734 Speedster Victoria, one of about 2 to be believed to ever be built. This is the only one known to survive. They built 113 734 Packards in total. However, they came with 5 different body styles. So the Victoria, being the most expensive one that you see here, was a whopping $6,000 US new. It also came with a Phaeton, Runabout, Sedan, and Roadster version.
And this is the height of the Depression.
Yeah, I mean,
this is when the Depression was happened in 29. Full force happened in 30.
Right.
This was $6,000 when a Model T was 260 or 350, something like that. Most cars were less than $1,000. Even pretty good, you know, pretty fancy cars. This would be the equivalent today of maybe a Maybach or even a Rolls Royce, I think.
Yeah, and you know, with Packard having more of a luxury to it, this basically what you see is a factory hot rod, done in-house by Packard. So again, it was a really weird demographic that they were chasing for the era.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, I don't know who had the money to buy these, but boy, they certainly made a wise choice. It's just, look at, I mean, just the detail work, the paint work, I mean, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is still 6 volt, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, 6 volt. I almost electrocuted myself yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I get things backwards sometimes, so 6 volts get a little tricky. But the battery box is right here on the fender. And yeah, still a 6-volt system, non-synchro mesh, so you get that great straight cut gear whine when you drive down the road.
Well, Phil Hill, who was America's first world champion F1 driver, he was a certified Packard mechanic, and he loved these really were the best American cars.
Yes.
America had the 3 Ps, Peerless, Pierce Arrow, and Packard. And of those, Pierce Arrow guys will argue with you, but Pierce Arrow versus Packard, by 1930, I think Packard has surpassed Pierce Arrow. Pierce Arrow stuck to the T-head a little too long, and you know, but they're still great cars. Very conservative, powerful, fast. Still the biggest engine ever put in a car by Pierce Arrow.
824 cubic inch, I believe.
Yeah, 26, I think it is. Yeah, 14.5 liter, 6 with 3 spark plugs per cylinder. But that's another
Pistons
thing.
are like paint cans.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is a straight 8, which a lot of people consider just to be the smoothest engine.
Oh, they're buttery smooth. Now this one produces 145 horsepower.
145 or 106? I thought it was
145. So with the 734 Speedsters, with the custom bodies built in-house by Packard, they also bumped up some power out of these L-head engines.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, this thing scoots. It goes down the road really well. It hauls, and I 100% agree that Packard was the best. This might be like fighting words, but if you were to revive any American car company, I think Packard would be the choice. And I personally think that Packards were better than Duesenbergs as far as build quality goes, because this car actually, we brought it to Pebble Beach a few years ago, and it won a special trophy there, and it was a wonderful day. But we try and drive our cars as much as we can, and this was one of the ones that kind of slipped through the cracks and was sitting for almost 30 years. And when we got it up and running, it just on the button right away.
Yeah.
Nothing does that like a Packard does.
Well, it's interesting that you say that with Duesenberg. Duesenberg was a performance-oriented car, just out. And you had supercharged 306 horsepower, crazy for the time. They were noisier, louder exhaust. Packard was sort of the banker's hot rod. It's what the guy didn't want to make a big fuss, you know. I mean, the best way, when I worked at Foreign Motors in Boston, I think I've told this story, but we got a red Rolls-Royce convertible in, and it sat for like almost a year. We sent it to California, it sold in 2 weeks. Duesenberg was the same thing, loud, flashy, almost like a bling car would be today, you know. People go, well, that's not, my dad's very conservative. So that you went with the Packard. So when Packard decided to go just from pure luxury to performance, they went with this,
Yeah, and I think it's a great example of mixing the two.
Yeah.
The car is really fun to drive, and driving like Packard 12s, you know, you get out of a Duesenberg or most pre-war cars, even a luxury kind, you're kind of like amped up.
Right.
But like Packards, you get out and it's like a zen state. You're nice and relaxed. This one, not so much. This one is pretty fun, double clutching and all. It's
yeah,
great.
I'm anxious to, you know, it's interesting. I just checked with Wikipedia and it said 106 horsepower. I thought, well, that doesn't seem right. It's, well, that's, but 145 does sound better, because that was a huge leap.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was twice the horsepower of the average American car.
Yeah. And this car is relatively small. I mean, when you sit in it, you kind of feel like you're at like F-150 height, which is great for visibility, but it's only 134.5-inch wheelbase. It's a small Packard.
Yeah, and when you realize you could buy a house for $1,200 to $1,500 in 1930. A nice house. This was $6,000.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And even some of the early Packards we have, you know, those were like 9,000 in the 19-teens. So automobiles, before they were called cars, you know, they were just toys for the rich.
You know, it's interesting. Packard kind of think went downhill when they decided to make a less expensive Packard. I don't know if the quality dropped, but it was a 6-cylinder and so, I got a Packard. But then you realize, it wasn't up to what the other Packard. I think it hurt the whole line. Let's open the hood. Let's show them the prettiest side.
This side or that side?
Well, I think this is the prettiest side to start, isn't it?
Yeah. So if you'll notice the hood latches, it's the exact same ones on your Noble.
Right. Yeah, notice how clean everything is. It's just unbelievable. Here's your carburetor right here. You know, if you got a flame retardant, I guess you call it right there.
Yeah.
That's in case a flame comes out of the carburetor. No air cleaner, because the air was obviously much cleaner
Much
back in
cleaner, yeah.
much cleaner back in 1930. You still have an updraft carburetor. The reason they do this is carburetor technology was still kind of not in its infancy, but what would happen was if the carburetor was up, you think, oh, shouldn't it be up here so the gas gravity would feed down? Trouble is when you shut it off, gas would stay in the float bowl. If the car sat for a while, the gas would get past the needle, fill the cylinder, and you could blow your engine apart because obviously you can't compress gas. There would be a spark when you have a full thing, boom, you could blow the whole motor. So the idea is it would just drip harmlessly into the ground where it'd go back to Mother Nature, you know, but yeah, that's what they used to think in those days. This is your auto vac. This is kind of like an electric fuel pump. It holds gasoline in here so you can start the car, and as you're driving there's a pump that, you know, kind of replenishes it from the gas tank. Distributors, but look how easy everything is to get to, everything is to access. It's interesting. I love the cooling fins right here on the exhaust manifold.
Everything's right there in front of you. I'm no mechanic at all. I won't pretend like I am. But we pulled this car from our Grand Salon yesterday morning, and I got it running all on my own. It's really minimal. Everything's, the spark plugs are right there. Take the radiator cap right off. There's nothing in your way. So they're really, really user friendly.
Well, here's something when you sold a lot of these, they would give you one of these. This is the Packard. See, you got this little.
Oh wow, look at that.
Ask the man who owns one.
Yeah, I have that hanging in my living room.
Yeah, you would have one of these. You'll get a shot. Little Packard watch. This is from just a little period piece. These are kind of fun to have, these kind of accessories. But people who had these cars are very proud of them. You know, I just like this, you know, the sex. Ask the man who owns one.
Yeah.
You see, the idea. Well,
man.
that's right.
So how many Packards did you sell to get that?
I'm not sure, but it was a sort of a gift the dealer would give to his top salesman, you know, rather than a raise like today.
Yeah.
And you're a family member now. You don't get a raise, but you get a watch, and you get a little gold watch. And,
yeah, the Jelly of the Month Club.
Yeah, but it's kind of a cool thing. But it's just, notice how clean the engine compartment is. So even the front tire can't throw water and muck up under the motor. Let's show them how quiet it is. Can you start it up? Let's hear it.
Yeah, we could do that. So unlike most Packards, it is a little bit beefier.
Yeah. Does it have an exhaust cutout?
No exhaust cutout.
That'd be a little too hot roddy.
Little too much, yeah. But it's just turnkey and the button on the floor.
Oh, it is a little throatier,
A
yeah.
little bit, yeah. But there's nothing that runs like a Packard.
So smooth. I mean, that was really amazing. You realize you're just one generation away from pop, pop, bang car. You know, cars that just went down the road and were all over the place. Just to have this was state-of-the-art technology. And of course, they knew about overhead valves at the time, because Duesenberg had it, and overhead valves were performance, but most people wanted reliability and dependability. You know, unlike Europe, America, we had these great distances to cover, and you wanted something that wasn't going to leak oil, that was easy to work on, and dependable, and the big flathead. You know, I was on a giant cruise ship. I went into the engine room, and I had a giant 16-cylinder, and it was a flathead, and I thought, how old is this engine? They go, no, it's pretty new, but they still make it because flatheads are easy to work on, smooth.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a high revving engine.
Dependability.
Yeah, but dependability, yeah, pretty neat, pretty neat. Let's close the hood up here. Let's show them around the inside a little bit, and then we'll take it for a ride.
Yeah. So as far as the Nethercutt's history with this car, we got it from the Hera auction in '84. One of, I don't know, 50 cars we bought from the Hera auction. And we restored it in the late '80s. I think it was completed in 1990, and we've just been showing it since. It's been to Pebble a couple times. And
yeah, it's just a great car. My favorite thing is the little clock right in here.
Yeah. Only on that side, though, not on the other, which is strange.
Look at the clock in there. Yeah.
And these seats don't adjust back, but they do fold forward.
Right.
So you can actually get in the back pretty easily.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I love the little kink in the gear shift.
Yeah, that's fun. Oh, very good. Well, let's take it for a ride. Can we give it a shot?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Oh, this thing is comfortable.
It really is. Got some extra padding in these seats.
And the seats are fixed, right? They're not adjustable?
Yeah, they are fixed.
So it's the handbrake.
Yep, and all it is just turn key, then starter's right there on the floor.
Yeah.
On the button.
Right on the button.
It's got great turning radius too.
Well, you can feel the torque. You don't even have to touch the gas. Just let the clutch out. And
Oh yeah, well driving it over here was so fun, just rolling in third pretty much the entire way. I mean, I get the privilege to drive so many of the cars at our place, but Packards have to be my favorite, and this one in particular, because it's just got that torque. We always have a chase car when we come over here, but you know, they were having trouble keeping up with me with this thing.
boy, it is quick. I can feel it. Boy, it's a nice drive, mate. Boy, it really feels solid.
Yeah, and you know, the tires aren't exactly new, but they're not trying to find a groove in the road. I mean, this thing's just rock solid.
Right.
So yeah, they made 113 of these total, and I think what we talked about with how ridiculous the price was, that's why none of them really got built. This might be the only one ever built of the Speedster Victoria. I'm not sure how many overall exist between the 5 body styles, but they started at $5,200 and then this one being $6,000. Usually at a red light I'll just blip the throttle so it kind of resets.
And this is added later, the signal lights, right?
Yeah, so this was one of the Nethercutt picnic cars because it's
Yeah.
so easy to drive. So the signals, yeah, they're useful and they still work.
Okay, that's first.
There we go.
The convertible Speedster model had the staggered seats, a full 4-speed. This is the 3-speed. Okay, so I thought it was just a Speedster chassis with a closed body on it, but it's a little bit different.
Yeah, so it's on a shorter wheelbase.
Right.
Basically Packard's version of like, let's just make something ridiculous and fast.
Yeah. Well, most Packards, first gear was like a granny gear, you know, for getting up hills, and you would start in second. You could drive this car every day.
Oh, it's so easy. It's so incredibly easy. What's interesting about the paint scheme on this car is when we took this car to Pebble where they did the special, they had all 5 body styles of the 734. The welcome pack and everything was actually in this exact car's colors.
Oh, that's fun.
It was pretty neat because it was for the Speedsters. This was the Packard's advertisement.
Yeah. I think by 1930, Cadillac had synchromesh, which was a huge thing.
These transmissions on these Packards are so good, though. I mean, you technically don't need to double clutch them, but I love the straight cut gear whine.
Yeah. You always hear that in old movies.
Yeah. Didn't understand what that was when I was little.
Oh, that second gear pulls right away.
They advertised the 145 horsepower in this engine to easily exceed the 100-mile-per-hour mark, which was an impressive thing back then.
Oh, yeah.
100 mile an hour is still fast.
You know, cars didn't go 200 miles an hour until the very end of the 80s. I think the first official car was the F40 Ferrari.
Well, I remember one of my favorite videos growing up was when you did the 2013 GT500.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that top speed was like 202. And it was just a, you know,
crazy.
A 2-door V8 that, you know, anybody could walk in and buy a 200-mile-an-hour car.
Yeah, this thing really pulls fast.
Yeah, it hauls ass.
It really does. For 1930.
I just love the visibility you get out of it too. Sitting nice up high.
You know, Packard was kind of like Mercedes-Benz. Even today when you buy Mercedes-Benz performance car, it has the Mercedes-Benz luxury features, you
Right.
know, sound deadening, you know, like when my McLaren Mercedes was built. I think that's where Gordon Murray clashed with Mercedes, because I don't need an electric motor to move my butt 2 inches, but Mercedes customers expect it, you know.
Yeah. Yesterday, this car was sitting in our showroom with soluble oil in the radiator, no batteries, no gas, and I didn't doubt this thing for a second that it was going to light right up like July.
Yeah, it's great.
Never doubt a Packard.
Yeah, don't need synchro. I mean, don't need the double clutch.
No, no need. I just kind of enjoy doing it.
Jumps right into third.
It's so good. I love this car.
Be a good bank robbery car, like a John Dillinger car.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can stand on the running boards too, like in Road to Perdition. I'm curious, you being the godfather of car culture, if you had to bring back one dead automobile manufacturer.
Well, I am a big Duesenberg fan, but Packard's my second one.
Yeah, okay. I'm right there with you. I think Packard would be easier to sell in today's terms though.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, Packard sells the complete car. Duesenberg is selling the motor, and then you're buying the ancillary parts.
Yeah.
You know, with a Packard, you get the whole package.
Yeah.
I mean, Duesenberg had the exhaust cut out so you could annoy the neighbors, you know, like a Packard, unheard of.
Yeah. The altimeter and the different brake settings. I mean, they definitely were top tier.
Well, the altimeter was in the Duesenberg because Lindbergh had flown the ocean and everybody wanted airplane type dashboard. You know, that was strictly aircraft style, you know.
Oh, what a beautiful day.
Oh yeah.
Hard to beat SoCal.
Even with these tires, it drives really nice. And you can really feel the shorter wheelbase.
Oh, it's so nimble, and you know, I mean, you can do a U-turn in this car. It turns really well. You know, obviously no power steering, but at a stop and you need to move, it's not killing you.
Yeah, yeah. And it's cozy inside.
It's very comfy.
Yeah.
Not quite like our Bugatti we brought you.
Yeah, oh, yeah, right.
I've had more people talk to me about that episode than anything else. Just the fact that we were screaming in each other's ears, but our shoulders were on top of each other.
Oil pressure's good. Fuel pressure's good.
I'm in the passenger seat. I think I'm having more fun than you.
Oh yeah,
This would be like a Buick Grand Sport.
Okay,
It has like the luxury Buick features, but not like the harsh GTO kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like Cougar to Mercury.
Okay,
Cougar to Mustang. Cougar was for the Mustang and had a few bucks more, you know. On electric windows and all that stuff. You know, a lot of cars in this era, you've got to work to keep up to the speed limit. This, you're like going over it all the time.
Yeah, you got to let off.
Yeah.
It said it could easily exceed 100 miles an hour. I'm not really sure what I mean, 40, 50 is where this thing kind of wants to sit.
Yeah, I know if you want to be going 100 in this thing.
No.
Especially with these tires.
No. That's our biggest problem, you know, being a car museum is finding tires, and even if the molds still exist for some of them, it's tricky. I think this car is the perfect mixture of like a little bit of hot rod, but with luxury and elegance.
Yeah, like Donnie and Marie, a little hot rod, a little rock and roll.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to nickname the car that.
Yeah.
All the cars eventually get a nickname.
It does feel nimble though. I mean, it's very nice. You don't feel like you're piloting it. You know, you feel like you're driving.
Yeah, it's just cruising along. I mean, my drive over this morning was just effortless.
And once this transmission warms up, look at that, it shifts.
Yeah.
It just goes right in.
I love driving the old stuff, especially when it doesn't have synchros.
Right.
But like I taught my wife how to drive a stick on a...
That'll test a marriage.
Right. Yeah, they say road trips and teaching how to drive stick, I guess. But No, she wanted to learn on this 20-year-old Mini Cooper we have. And I go, no, you're going to learn in this car. And I taught her in a 1936 Ford Super Deluxe.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is going to be the easiest way to learn. She didn't stall once, picked it up right away.
You know, I always like closed cars from this era. I mean, I like the open cars too, but you just, especially on a day like today, it's a little bit cooler out, and you just, it's like nice and toasty in this thing.
Yeah. Well, I like it too because, you know, we try and take our cars all over the country to shows, and, you know, even if we bring an open car, we bring plastic and stuff to cover it, but if it pours rain, you know, it kind of messes the whole day up. This car can get poured on all day long.
Yeah.
You know, no airbags, no seatbelts, but you kind of feel safe in this thing.
Yeah. You have the illusion of safety.
Illusion of safety, yes.
Packard, the illusion of safety. Yeah, I mean, that's where all the technology is. You know, cars have always been fast, and they could always go around corners. But when I was a kid, guys that hit a tree at 15 miles an hour in high school, and boom, broken neck, you know, steering column through the chest, the whole deal, you know. I mean, you see kids now, the SUVs rolled up with a ball. Daddy, can you come get me? You know.
Yeah. Oh, it's incredible how safe everything is now. Well, I always got a kick out of Tucker, you know. Oh, if you're about to get in an accident, just dive down by the firewall.
Into the safety well.
Yeah. And here's a hammer to break the window to climb out. It's unbelievable.
Well, you know, Lamborghini gave you a hammer for the Countach.
Oh, is that? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because if you got off the road upside down, you couldn't get out of the car because of the scissor door.
Huh.
So it came with a little hammer that would knock out the windshield, which is going to cost you a crazy amount of money.
No kidding.
You know, it accelerates like a car from the 60s.
That sounds great too. Yeah, we're looking into possibly restoring a 1935 Cadillac. It's a Victoria convertible, and
Right. Is that a 12? Or
12 or 16 V16.
Oh, it's a 16.
We got the original brochure, and looking through it, there's 4 full pages dedicated just for the smoking features in that car.
that's
It's
funny.
just, I get a kick out of all that old stuff.
You know, Steve Nannini's trying to do one of those too. I wonder if it's the same car. Are you buying it for somebody else or do you own it?
We own it. We've had it. It's not our restoration. It was done sometime in the mid-70s.
Oh, okay.
Come to find out, there's only like a couple of them existing.
Right,
so
right.
we're looking into it, but we've got a lot. We've got some new restoration projects coming up that I'm really excited about. I'd love to really put more focus on our restoration team again.
You feel like John Dillinger driving this thing, or
Yeah,
Babyface Nelson, or one of those guys.
definitely a bank robber's car. Banker or bank robber's car.
Yeah. Passing like it's standing still. Boy, this is a great car. It's not as fast as Duesenberg, but it's more refined.
Yeah.
And for some people, they might like that more. I do like the power of the Duesenberg, but the refinement of this, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, and all these times been on your show, I couldn't believe, looking back, we never brought a Packard, so
I know, it's weird,
had to
isn't it?
bring a good one.
Has this got a vacuum booster on the brake?
It does.
Boy, it does feel like a power brake. I would not guess these are mechanical brakes.
No, they're great.
I mean, I would guess that these are hydraulic. But second gear. And it revs pretty good for a flathead.
Yeah, I don't know what it would redline at, but it gets up there.
It's probably under $4,000. And there's no reason to go more than that because your torque is all the bottom end of it.
Well, and I just love the little kink in the shifter there. I've never seen another Packard have it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Gives it that speedster feel.
Well, Cameron, this is a real treat to be able to drive this car. I could drive this all day. You know, this is something I would drive home. The fun part about my garage is I could just take something different home every night. And this I could drive up. It just handles nice. It feels good. Thanks again, my friend.
Of course.
Folks,
Thank you, Jay.
Go to the Nethercutt collection. Check out their website. Got cars you've never heard of. I guarantee there'll be something that you've never seen before. And you'll learn something. If you're not afraid of that, it's a lot of fun. I'll see you guys next week.
As always, Jay, it's a true pleasure and a
Oh, yeah,
dream
it's
come
great.
true.
Yeah, yeah.